My name is Sara. I'm a director of product management at Citrix, and we are excited to have you at this Converge session around modernizing work and modernizing workflows. With me, I have Sumedha. Hey, Sumedha.
Hello, I'm Sumedha. I'm a product manager with Citrix Podio.
Great to have you here, and we're excited to take you through the session. First, I want to speak a bit about the problem at hand. So as all of you know, and especially looking at me sitting in my living room working from home today, a lot of people have changed to a remote work style. Hybrid work is becoming the new normal, where some people are in the office and some people are remote. And research are telling us that by 2025, we'll actually have up to 70% of people working remote multiple days a week. And while all of this is happening, work remains complex, and we have many productivity challenges to solve to help employees work better. With the Citrix Work Solutions suite, and if you move to the next slide, we are able to help employees navigate through multiple work types. We support work from structured work with enterprise processes to semi-structured and unstructured work. This means that we can both help support the IT-owned enterprise applications, where you have, a certain task you have to perform or agree or approve. And then we have grouper and user-owned applications that is really focused on the end user collaboration and productivity. With Citrix, we have our low-code application builder, where a specific line of business needs can be built to help enable workforce and business agility. We have team collaboration and execution, and then we have your documents, your agreements, your content workflows that you need in order to get work done. And we'll try and take you through all of this in the session today. On a high level, looking at the Citrix portfolio, this then means that we are able to both aggregate the structured work, so apps and data workflows from all your enterprise applications. This could be SAP, this could be Salesforce, this could be Workday, from low-code tooling where you can actually customize the UI and the user experience in Citrix Workspace with our Microapps capabilities, but also create new applications with Citrix as the data store using Citrix Podio and automate workflows across. For project and work management, we offer both lightweight app templates in Podio to structure work, where you have this collaborative database available. But we also offer projects and task management with more advanced resources, Gantt chart and overview in Wrike. And then finally, our content collaboration portfolio give you the ability to really structure feedback and approvals, signature workflows, storing data in a hybrid flexible manner, and overall working securely with clients. So really excited to show you an example of how all of these work types can work together, and also show you a demonstration in the end of the session to how it all looks in the back end and how to set it up.
Yep. So I will take you through a scenario walkthrough where we'll, see how Citrix Workspace addresses this wide spectrum of enterprise needs. And we'll take employee onboarding as an example for today's walkthrough. So let's meet the stakeholders. We have Duncan, who's our new hire, and he's very excited to join his new organization. And we have Maria, who's our HR manager. So I remember my first day in my first organization, and I was, given access to some 20 different apps, and I was bombarded with notifications on all of those, and I did not know where to go, where to collaborate with my team, and, which app to really make use of. So we'll now see how Citrix Workspace solves this challenge and how it brings all these apps together on itself. So yeah, let's start with Duncan's first day. It's his first day in his new organization. He's pretty excited. And the first step that he has to do is sign his NDA. Our HR manager, Maria, can easily bulk assign NDAs for all the new joinees using Citrix eSignature. Duncan then receives a pop-up on his notifications feed where he can see that his signature has been requested. On the click of a button, he can go view the agreement, he can sign it, And as soon as he does that, Maria can receive a notification on her workspace feed, informing her that the NDA has been signed. The next step on his journey of onboarding would be to request an office laptop. So Duncan can do this easily by going to his ServiceNow Microapp, where he can create a request for this acquisition. Over here, after the request or the ticket has been created, he gets all the notifications related to any status change in his tickets on his Citrix Workspace feed. So how this helps is, every morning Duncan need not go open his ServiceNow app and, track his ticket or, even give attention to that. Any change that will be made will be shown to him on his notification feed. Next, now that Duncan is all set to, start doing his onboarding tasks, Maria can make use of the Wrike microapp to bulk assign him tasks. These will be, his orientation programs, his documents that he has to submit, any kind of learning modules, best practices sessions, etc. Duncan can track all of this on his Wrike microapp, as you can see on the screen. He can see the status, any details that he needs, everything at this one place. What Maria has now done is that she synced this with Citrix files. So any document which Duncan has to upload or any paperwork that he uploads will then trigger a workflow using Wrike workflow, and Maria will be notified of any such uploads. So she can, take a call on rejecting or not rejecting the document and taking it. And she can also chat with Duncan at the same time and, notify him of what changes will be required. Next up, Maria assigns a mandatory diversity and inclusion training to Duncan on SAP SuccessFactors. And this training pop-up comes to his Citrix Workspace feed, where he can, be notified that a training has been assigned to him. And this pops up at regular intervals till the time he doesn't complete his training. Next, because Duncan is, pretty new to his new organization, I'm pretty sure he has a lot of questions about, the work culture or any kind of benefits that he gets. So he can always refer to the FAQ micro app that you see on the screen, which is powered by Citrix Podio. So he can, look at any questions that other new joinees have asked, or he can, go through the FAQ documents, etc. Also in these, very uncertain times when offices get shut all of a sudden because of a pandemic coming, and, slowly we are trying to now reopen the offices, it's very important for a new joinee like Duncan to be aware of any recent announcements that are made. So he can check it anytime using the recent announcements or the broadcast app, as we call it. Then again, the HR manager, Maria, can assign Duncan the new joinee pulse survey, where he can give feedback on how his onboarding journey was. And he can do that from his screen, as you can see. All this is powered by App Builder on Workspace. And yeah, this makes the onboarding journey so much easier for Duncan. Going forward, now that he's, onboarded successfully, Duncan is very excited to visit his new workplace and, look at his office and the amenities that he gets over there. For that, he can use Citrix Workspace to sign the COVID-19 self-certification. Over here, he agrees that he's healthy and he does not have any COVID-19 symptoms. Then he receives a certificate on his Citrix Workspace, as you can see in the image below. And he can show it at the reception of the entrance of the office, which acts as a gate pass for him to, go and visit his workplace. All this is powered by Citrix Workspace Microapps and Podio. So like we saw, this is how very different applications with very different use cases have come together on Citrix Workspace to serve a common goal of seamless and, of seamless onboarding on a unified interface. So this is how Citrix Workspace makes things easier. And now I'll hand it over to Sara to give us, show us all of this live in action and see how all of this is powered.
Thanks a lot, Sumedha. Thank you for that walkthrough. And as you can see here, I think the power is really around removing the need for context switching all the time. In a normal work, Duncan would have to, figure out how to log into all of these different applications, where to find it, maybe access it from the company intranet or from email links. But what we are doing here is really streamlining it in one unified experience where he doesn't have to log in 10 different places. He doesn't need to context switch between multiple applications, because in the workspace experience, it really looks like the same UI. So it doesn't matter what application is powering this under the hood. It's really around helping him do his work better and get him on board faster. And that's what I think is really fascinating, that we can use technology to improve the employee experience. Awesome. So let me move to the demo and show you some of this live. And if you can just confirm, Sumedha, that you are viewing my Safari browser on Workspace.
Yes.
Awesome. So this is a Workspace Demo Cloud account. This is a test account that's available for all Citrix partners in case you have access to such account already. Here you can see the end user experience with Maria here on top. I have my personalized activity feed with activities that had happened in the past. You can see that I was actually in the office yesterday and had to certify before entering the office in Raleigh to access. I can also see that sales are doing very well. We're at 5 million already. That's awesome. And I can see that a new teammate, oh, there was a little error. Sorry about that. A new teammate joined the company. So overall, this filter is really meant to be your personalized recommended feed. You can also see most recent, and you can filter to really gain more detail into, let's say you wanted to only see applications or things from ServiceNow, you would be able to filter on that. I have my regular Citrix capabilities available. I have all my applications, my SaaS and my web apps with single sign-on, as well as any virtual apps. I have desktops, and I have my files experience that are unifying both my personal folders in Citrix files, but also things like Google Drive, Box, or network shares that I might be using where I'm connecting multiple file storages at once. One thing I want to show first is the signature contract. So this can either be a manual contract that you're sending in case you want to send an NDA for signature or a client contract. So here I have the ability to send for signature. I can also automate this process, so both using our integration with Citrix Podio or using some of the bulk send capabilities within RightSignature. So let me see, Sumedha needs to sign this. Now you have her email in case you have any questions. and an example of where I'm placing my signature field and my date field. And this is a legally binding signature, by the way. So you can really use this for all type of agreements, and the certificate will be stored securely on Citrix end. When I'm happy, I can click to review, and I can add a personal message. Thank you. Personalized branding, and send the document off for signature. When this has been signed, I will then again, because I'm using our Microapps platform to notify me in the feed, I'll get a notification here when the document has been signed. Let me see if there is an example from the past. No, not right now. Let me see. Other good examples to showcase would be our quick actions. So as mentioned, you can both push actions to users to get them to perform certain tasks or broadcast information, but you can also have quick actions available, things like creating a new contact in Salesforce, create a time off request in Workday if I need to take a break, see a directory of people within my company. This is especially useful if I'm a new employee and I'm trying to figure out who to talk to, and then do the quick actions that you as an organization decide makes sense for the employees. Talking a bit about the Podio-based Microapps, We can filter and see the different actions available. These are actually available as a templated integration, meaning that it's available for our Citrix Cloud admin to set it up. But you can also do custom apps and set up custom experiences using the backend of your choice and the use case that you have in mind. So here's an example of the broadcast application where I can share communication to my employees. So let's just do a little example where I want to send new COVID guidelines. Everyone is welcome in the office. So let's do a world where everyone is happy and vaccinated, and we can return to normal and have a party. So I choose a category. This is good news, high criticality. It's important for everyone to know. I can send it as draft or even publish it live immediately, authored by myself. And have an end date if I have a specific time where I feel like this is no longer relevant. Add a link and even an image URL if I have specific content I want to publish alongside the message. Using our platform in the backend, you can also decide who actually get access to this message. So here you can see the client contract was executed. Thank you, Sumedha. You signed the contract. That's awesome. But you can actually decide who this content should be shared to. So I could broadcast an announcement to the entire company, or I could broadcast it just to a single group or department, which is pretty cool as well. So let me go into the sort of the details of how to set this up in the backend. Yes, awesome. So you all should, if you don't, but you might have a Citrix Cloud account where you have access to set up the Citrix Workspace experience. Here you have access to also some of our work solutions, like our content collaboration capabilities that includes RightSignature, our app builder capabilities, which is the ability to create the custom apps, and our Microapp integration service that makes it possible to integrate with these enterprise systems like SAP, ServiceNow, and Workday. So to show you how to create the quick actions and notifications, we would go into the Microapp service first. And here you have access to a broad range of integration templates that are available out of the box from Citrix. So first, you would have to pick an integration. This is really step one. Second step is to assign any subscribers to the Microapp templates. And then you can also customize, like change the UI, deliver special buttons, and really figure out what's the best experience for your employees. So if I click to get started, this is a demo account. So you can see I have a lot of integrations configured already. I can also click to add a new integration, which gives me the option to either create a new integration to a web service or add an integration from our existing catalog. We actually have more than 50 integrations available, which is pretty cool. Also some offered by partners like A2K Partners, Brickbridge Consulting has this cool Spotify app. Envision IT has built an employee recognition app, and it's amazing to see what our partners are building. And then we have some Citrix provided templates, which is some of the general one we just saw in the demo. Things like ServiceNow, SAP SuccessFactors, but also some of the Citrix provided integrations, both Citrix Virtual Apps and Desktop Service, Citrix Podio, which is providing the templates to things like broadcast and FAQ, and then Citrix Cloud Status that should be pretty quick for anyone to add. What's cool about the setup is that we have a little help article. So we'll definitely recommend all of you guys to check this out. This should give you the step-to-step process in terms of how to integrate this on your own. There's also a lot of other sessions at Converge where we'll go more deep dive to the actual setup. What I want to showcase here is an example of the Citrix Podio template. So here you would actually have the ability, as you set this up, to download an app pack in Podio and have this be the data store in the backend. So now switching to the Podio product, you might notice that we have an improved user interface. So we've been investing in upgrading the UI experience, which is awesome. New colors, new categories, and more. But this is really from within the sort of backend for your microapp, where you can have your information stored, but you can also modify the template and really add more details to the broadcast. So you saw in Workspace where we had some simple tools available. In the Podio backend, I can actually trigger more advanced options, like trigger an SMS send, use our workflow automation, add more details, files, and metadata, and have a conversation related to it. All templates can be easily modified via drag and drop. So let's say I don't want these options anymore. I don't want the approval responsible. And I can easily adjust a template or create a new if I have a new use case that I want to bring to the workspace experience. On the Microapps admin side, here's an example of the broadcast and FAQ template that I have configured. You can see that I have subscribers already set up, but I can actually edit the template in case I want to showcase other things. So we have these pages available, which is the blade you see in the workspace experience. And here I can simply click to edit the form, which will give me access to our UI builder. Again, no code drag and drop, where I can insert different fields and then link them back to the data store, which is Podio. One thing to keep in mind is where the Podio app builder modified template is completely no code, then the microapp side require you to actually connect each of these categories with the backend of choice. That could be Podio, or that could be any other backend or integration that you're working with. And then you can use these cool options. Let me just take a new embed component here. So this is an example of a new component where you can actually insert URLs, whether it's a Podio web form or it's a YouTube link. So let me just show an example here from Podio. It could be any public form. Podio have the ability to create a public form from this link. It's a shareable link. And in the microapp side, I can actually add this as the public URL that I want to add in my embed field. So I can do the preview page. And now you can see that I've embedded a new page from the Podio side. So just an example of how you can modify the look and feel. Let me delete that again so I don't ruin the app. But you basically have all of these components available to modify your application. And then again, we have a backend available from Citrix Podio, where you can use existing applications from our app market, or you can create your own app and call it anything. Let's call it ideas. If I wanted a microapp in Workspace to capture ideas, let's find an icon that works for that. Create application. When you're creating the application, you're defining the data structure of the app. So we need a category, we need a description. Let's call it description of idea. You maybe need a link and an image field, and done. Now you have created a new application to track ideas. And the next step for you to bring this into the workspace experience would be to basically connect your Podio integration with this app ID. And the app ID for Podio, you will find that under developer information. And now you have your app ID that you can use to add into your microapps and connect them to Workspace. So a lot of cool options here. I could go on forever with all of the features. But again, we have other sessions at Converge that can show you more around how the backend works, with the goal to modify workflows here for the improved employee experience. So that's it on the demo. Back to the slide deck, Sumedha, and let's take the last pieces.
Yep. So yeah, we saw how, everything just comes together on Citrix Workspace. And I think a good start for you would be to look out for these sessions. We have a hackathon where you can create micro apps using Podio as the SOR, and we have a workshop for it on 25th of October. It's going to be a 2-hour workshop, so this will definitely help you as to how to get started on this. And we also have a low-code tooling session using Citrix Podio, which is scheduled for 27th of October. So these are the 2 sessions you should really not miss out. We've also linked all the resources that you might need in order to create your own micro apps, or in order to integrate with third-party SaaS apps. So this is it from us today. Thank you so much for attending the session.
Yep, very happy. And also, please get in touch with us if you have any follow-up questions. We're happy to meet you one-on-one and get your feedback or hear your questions so we can help you be successful with Citrix and our work solutions.